So, call to order, notice of recording. Please note that this meeting is being recorded in accordance with MCL Chapter 3820 guidelines. I must inquire whether anyone is taping this meeting and to please make their presence known.
I'm recording this, Georgina, for the purpose of recording for minutes for the town of Barnstable.
Okay. We'll go down the list quickly. So just say, if you're here, just say here and your name, preferably. So Alex Arbogiev.
Here.
Eric Arbogiev.
Eric Arbogiev here.
Cam Levesque.
Said he might be 15 minutes late.
Okay. Connor O'Reilly.
Connor O'Reilly here.
Lake O'Reilly. Lake can't make it.
Not here.
Yep. Flynn Cajun.
Flynn Cajun here.
Izzy Rudy, I'm here. Jaden Jeffries.
Jaden Jeffries here.
Luke Andre Sater.
Gondre Sater here.
Maddie Boyle.
Maddie Boyle here.
Mary Steinelber.
Not here.
Okay. And Michaela Stamfel.
Not here.
Not here. And Piper Hunt.
Piper Hunt here.
Oh, actually, now
Okay.
that I remember, Michaela said she's not coming. She texted me like yesterday saying she wasn't coming.
Okay. So we'll move right along. Who wants to make a motion to act on the minutes of December 13th, 2022?
I make a motion to act on the minutes of December 13th, 2022. And that's Flynn Cajun. I second. Piper Hunt.
Perfect. So we'll go down the list again quickly. Okay, Alex Arbogiev.
Yes.
Eric Arbogiev.
Yes.
Cam Levesque isn't here yet. Connor O'Reilly.
Yes.
Lake O'Reilly's not here. Flynn Cajun.
Flynn Cajun, yes.
Izzy Rudy, yes. Jaden Jeffries.
Yeah. Yes.
Luke Andre Sater.
Luke Andre, yes.
Maddie Boyle.
Maddie Boyle, yes.
Mary Steinhelber's not here. Michaela Stamfel's not here. And then Piper Hunt.
Piper Hunt, yes.
Okay, perfect. Minutes acted on and approved. Public comment. Okay.
Yeah, I don't see anyone here for public comment.
Yep. So I'll just say quickly, welcome back. It's our first meeting since I guess in the new year. So that's really cool. So we have a lot of stuff coming up for the spring. So thanks everyone for being here and, ready to work, because we do have a lot of stuff coming up, and just, making sure that we're attending subcommittee meetings and letting people know if you're not going to make it to meetings is super, super helpful. We're not trying to nag anyone. It's just helpful for us to know if you're not going to be there for planning purposes. Because like we did last week, if a lot of people can't come and it's going to be an important meeting, then we can try and make it a day that works for people. But at the same time, know that the meetings are the first, what is it? The first
It's
Tuesday?
the second and fourth Tuesday every
Second
month.
and fourth Tuesday of every month. So just
It's never any other day than a Tuesday unless it's a subcommittee meeting.
right. So just be aware of that. Put it in your calendar. But anyway, thanks for being here tonight. And if going forward online works better for people, I mean, I would prefer to keep some of them in person, but if it's going to mean more people are coming to to meetings, if it's online, we can talk about that at least. So anyway, that being said, let's just start with subcommittee. So the first one on the agenda is the environmental one. So Luke,
Yeah,
do you want to talk about that?
yeah, we're meeting. So the meeting is scheduled. Anyone who's on the environmental subcommittee, actually, I'm pretty sure Maddie, I think Jaden is on it too. Maddie is on it and Jaden is on it. Those are the only people who are here who are currently on it. But okay, so just so you know, that meeting is this Thursday at 7:30. And then Lake knows, and then Michaela knows, I'm pretty sure. We are going to be talking about the event that we're going to be planning this year, with the PFAS study, about raising awareness for the study, and we're just going to be like brainstorming where we're going to do it, and when we're going to do it, and exactly like what we're going to put in the event. And we're going to also invite people from the study, and we're going to invite the Green Club leaders from Barnstable, and I haven't emailed back the Green Club leader from Sturgis. So like, is he? I don't know, like if like how well you know him, but like, do you think he'd be like? Do you think it would make sense to invite him?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then the PFAS people met with the Barnstable Green Club the other day, and the Green Club is interested in helping out, so that's why they're coming. And I spoke with the person from Sturgis. I didn't speak with him. I wrote an email with him, and he said he's also interested in bringing the Green Club to help, which is he said. So that's good. So
Yeah.
I will invite him. And then is there
Um,
anyone else who we think we should invite to this meeting that would make sense? Just trying to think if anybody knows of anyone who would be interested in helping out, or if anyone on the commission is interested in helping out who isn't
well,
on the subcommittee.
the teacher that runs the Green Club at Sturgis, he's on the, I think you know him, Luke. Like he does
Yeah.
YCAN.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think, is that what
I
it's
think I've
called?
seen his name before. I think I've spoken to him before, like once or
Dr.
twice.
Dr. Sampu, do you know him?
I don't. I
Dr.
know
Pete?
Ellis. I know Ella Sampu because
Right.
Ella works
Okay,
at
so
Barnstable.
it's her dad.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
And
That's
he's
cool.
like very into all of this, so he would probably be interested. So,
Okay.
I mean, I can have the kid that runs the club like be on the, like, add him to the email chain.
Yeah. Okay. That would be good. Yeah. Ask him to do that, but I can also email him that as well. So that's
Yeah.
cool.
Okay. Is there anyone else in the subcommittee that has anything to like anything they want to add about the event that they're planning to do?
Good question. Who's the Green Club leader for Barnstable? Is that Mr. Shea?
It's Mr. Shea and Olivia Johnson. She's a junior. I don't know if you know her.
No.
But that's pretty much it.
All right. So that's great. So what kind of format are you looking for the event to have?
So we're not exactly sure, but I think we were either thinking about showing a movie, or we were thinking about doing like a presentation, kind of like the substance abuse forum was.
Mm-hmm.
Except it'll probably be shorter, I feel like, than the substance abuse forum was, just because there's a lot of information, but there's really gonna only be like maybe one or two speakers there.
But if you're showing a movie, it's going to be longer.
Yeah, so we don't really know exactly what it's gonna look like. That's kind of why we're having the meeting, because we just need to
I mean,
kind of talk about it.
personally, I kind of like the idea of it being like a movie night type of thing. Like, I think that's kind of like a nice way to get people out.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
that would be my perspective on it, is like, I think that would draw more people.
Okay. Yeah, so we're definitely gonna debate between that. I mean, probably really what's gonna happen is we're just gonna like talk about like probably, I feel like most of it's probably just gonna be about like when it will be,
Yeah.
and like where it will be.
Yeah.
And then we can kind of work out the kinks after that. So
Okay. Okay, moving along.
and then also Cam just showed up at 6:42 because I know you can't see anything.
Yep, thank you.
And also please turn your camera on, Cam. Thank you. And then Shalonda, if you could do that too, that would be nice. Thank you.
So moving along to the job fair. I forget who was at the subcommittee meeting with me. If you were there, raise your hand. I'm sorry, I forgot who was there. We had it a while ago. We had it like I want to say it was a week ago, 2 weeks ago maybe, for the job fair. And basically we just talked about what Amy's doing, because she has this like elaborate timeline of when everything is happening for the job fair. but we had our first meeting, and so far 15 businesses have signed up and counting. Like, I get emails all the time with businesses signing up. So I think we're probably over 20 now, which is good. Because there's still a long time for them to sign up. Right now, there's not a ton for us to do, just because we're just waiting for the businesses to sign up. But once we have like a logo picked out that we want and we can start promoting it, then it's really important that we are getting it out to different schools. So we'll kind of put out what we want to be sending to different schools about the event, and then I'll ask some people to do some emailing for me, because the big thing is just getting it out. So like, I will definitely ask some people to be sending out emails to different schools once we have the content that we want to send. And in the meantime, if anyone wants to create a logo for the event or a flyer for the event, who is like good on Canva or something, that would also be great. I know Piper said she might, but I don't know. I don't know if you've had any luck, Piper. I know you said you try, and I'm your backup. But if anyone else wants to try who's not on the subcommittee, that would also be great. So,
Izzy, just so you know, we do have buses confirmed for transportation
Oh,
for the high school.
perfect.
They got
Okay.
two buses.
Izzy, I
Okay.
haven't started on the Canva, like the
Yeah.
poster. Could you just send me the information that needs to be on it?
Yeah, I don't really know what needs to be on it, to be honest with you. I would ask Amy. I mean, I would assume like maybe because it maybe can be like an online flyer, right? Because it's just being sent out to the school. So maybe like a link to the job board that she's created, the date, and like kind of picking out a logo-ish type of thing for it. But I don't know. I would email Amy and see what specifically she wants on it, because honestly, I don't know what kind of information she's looking for. But there might be something in that Google Drive that I shared with you that maybe would have more information.
Okay, yeah, I can
Just
remember.
remember the 5 W's: the who, what, where, when, why. You know, the location, the time, things like that. So just, doesn't have to be overly involved. All right. So just keep the information pretty basic and simple, and have a little fun with it. If you can find a nice logo on there, just have a nice logo on it.
Yeah.
Or piece of art.
Izzy, question for you. How do businesses sign up for this?
Yeah, so that's another thing that she's working on, is like sending the sign up link out to different people. I know she sent it out to all the businesses that had signed up last year. But yeah, there's like an online, survey kind of thing that they fill out, like what type of business it is, what age group they're looking for. And yeah, the thing is, I don't know how she's necessarily getting it out to people, other than the fact that she's sending it out to the businesses that had signed up last year. So I think definitely that's something we can start focusing on too, is like, I think we should be sending it to all the business associations.
Yeah, she's used the advertisers that for HYCC as one of her bases. She used the bid, Main Street bid, and the Chamber of Commerce as well. So she tries to get out as much as she can.
Yeah. But yeah, if you guys know any businesses that would be interested, we can definitely get you the link for that too.
Yeah, if you could. I've already had some places interested, so.
Okay. Yeah. I can send that to you.
Thank you.
So does anyone have any businesses that they could send it to? Like, I'll send you the link as well. Like, Luke, can you tell me if anyone raises their hand? Like, if you know someone that owns a business, or you work for
Flynn
somewhere
is
that might
currently
want it.
raising her hand.
I think someone already signed up for where you work, Flynn.
That's what I was just gonna ask. I just texted my boss and asked her, and she asked me if I could also sit at her table, and if I was gonna ask if I'm allowed to do that.
Oh, for sure. That's totally fine. I think we'll have enough people there on the day, because really the only thing we need on the day is people kind of like holding up the QR codes for people to sign in that they've been to fill out the form, and then a few people sitting at the table. So yeah, you're totally fine.
Okay.
Also, I think the PFAS table is interested in recruiting there.
Oh.
So I don't know. I know Amy and a lot of the recruiters are pretty good friends. So they're gonna sign up as well, I think. So that should be cool.
Mhm. So that's really all I have on that. But I think we need to set up another meeting soon with her. So probably like keep an eye out for next week. So for the people that are on that subcommittee, let me pull up who's on it really quickly. Like what
Just
day
real,
next week
who's
works
who's
well
the
for
who's
you?
the leader of that subcommittee?
Hmm?
Okay, I was just curious who the leader of the subcommittee was.
I believe it's Alex, but let me look.
I am, yeah. I
Okay.
wasn't able to make it the meeting that we had because I had an interview. So,
All right, just in the future,
Yeah,
just
no worries.
like you're the leader, so try and schedule like the meeting when you can. So just for reference.
Yeah, it was fine because it was pretty preliminary. So it was fine for this one. But yeah, when works next week for everyone? Or Alex, when works for you for sure? Let's make that a
any day.
priority.
I can do next Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do next Tuesday.
Let me check when I can do. Next Tuesday. Yeah, I can do next Tuesday as well. So the committee is Alex, Jaden, Piper, Cam, and Eric and me. So does Tuesday next week work for all those people?
For me, it depends on what time it is.
What time works for you, Piper?
Hold on, let me check.
Just really quick. Also, are we still having a meeting next week, or are we gonna just postpone that?
I think we should postpone
Oh,
it based on what comes out of this,
Okay.
I mean, if what we should do is have all the subcommittees meet next week. And that would take care of having a meeting.
yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Okay. So wait, actually, let me just check the calendar. So when does that put our next meeting at? Like our actual next meeting?
Our next meeting will be February Valentine's Day.
Uh-huh.
We could do the 31st. Like I know that's kind of like a little bit different, but
Yeah, all right. Let's go
I
with the
mean,
31st then for a full
because
meeting.
it's the fifth Tuesday of the month, and like that might set us back on track to it'll just be
Okay.
2 and 2
All
and
right,
2.
so let's do that. But let's try to have all the subcommittees meet next week, though. In
Yeah,
general,
Okay.
definitely.
So Piper, what time works next week? So Tuesday at what time?
Anytime after 7:15.
Okay. So can we do 7:30? I mean, we also have to check with Amy to see what works for her, but okay, let's do like a backup time or a backup day maybe because we do have to check with Amy. I'm just thinking about that.
what was the time?
So next Tuesday at 7:30.
Okay.
So we'll check with her about that, and I also created a group chat, so we'll just text in that if we need to change it. But for now, keep that in your calendar if that works for everyone. And then yeah, I don't have anything else to say on the job fair. So are we set on that? Okay, good. So then we have One Love. So dates have been set for One Love at BHS. March 1st.
I have some updates on that. I met with Pam Regan. So actually what got me thinking about it was had a conversation with Lake the other day about the whole situation with One Love this year. And I realized that the new people who are like scheduling are really open to like lowering the age that we present One Love content to. So I scheduled a meeting with the person who it was for. It was Pam Regan in Hub One at Barnstable. And I basically was like, hey, like this is what we want to do. Like we want to move it potentially just have one event this year and just hit the eighth graders in terms of content and show them the video and just do one day and just that would be it. And that's all we would do for One Love at BHS. But that's like ideal because that's like what we've been trying to do this whole time.
Yeah.
And she said yes, and then she called the person who is in charge of scheduling and left a message. So I should be hearing back from her like pretty soon. But I think if you got, I don't know, I want some discussion about it because I don't know what you guys think. If it's like better to just hit eighth graders or to do juniors and sophomores like we've been doing, and then do sophomores and freshmen next year, to get more people. But like I've stated what I think. So maybe if somebody else wants to
I
pitch
think
in.
we should do juniors and seniors, in my opinion. Eighth grade is gonna be like the biggest nightmare on the planet. If we do eighth grade, and I think they're
Okay.
gonna be like fooling around and not really. At that age level, they're not gonna be taking it seriously, in my opinion. So
Okay, Flynn, what do you have to say?
I think it would be better to like gradually lower the age. So like do juniors and sophomores and then do sophomores and freshmen next year so that it's like gradually going down, but we still manage to hit everybody so that everyone can kind of get the content anyways, instead of just like skipping from certain people and then missing like 2 or 3 like grades of people and
Okay.
going to something lower.
So I totally get that, and that's like kind of why I've been thinking about it, and that's why I wanted to ask you guys what you guys thought. My reasoning for it is because what I feel is that like I think pretty much every year we've run this program, the feedback is always that, you know, we're already experiencing problems with our relationships in our life.
Yeah.
We're already experiencing these issues. Like it's too late. You really should have given this to me when I was younger.
That's why I think that the 8th grade is not a bad idea because like you said, like when we did juniors, seniors, last year we did juniors. Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah,
I
we
forget
did
where.
both, I
And they
think,
were like,
last
yeah,
year.
and the feedback we got is was unhelpful. I mean, it was like obviously it's important information, but it's unhelpful because you know, we've already been through this and like learned this just by based on experiential knowledge of being in relationships. And I totally get that. And I think if just from, in my opinion, if we start in 8th grade, at least we're like setting up a routine for ourselves for upcoming years that we can just, you guys can just keep doing 8th grade every year. And I get that we'd be missing a few grades, but like I said, if they're going to think it's unhelpful anyway, like might as well just go lower.
Yeah, and the other thing about that too is that it would also just be easier on the youth commission and also easier on BHS in terms of planning. So instead of trying to pick 2 dates every single year and running 2 events every single year until we get to that age group where it's actually making more of an impact, like
Mhm.
why don't we just make it easier on ourselves and just not do the people who have already experienced all of the like all of the issues that we're trying to combat. Like that's like kind of what this is for, in my opinion. But
Do we have anyone on the youth commission right now that's in 8th grade?
I do not believe we do.
Okay,
I think the lowest people we have are freshmen.
Yeah, can I hear from the freshmen? Do you guys think you guys were you guys have those of you who have seen behind the post? Do you think that last year your grade would have been mature enough to see the content and be like respectful of it?
Wait, who here is a freshman? Just can I see a show of hands?
Jaden,
Nobody.
aren't you a freshman?
Wow,
I'm gonna be honest, I thought you were a
I'm-
freshman for a little bit too.
Me too. I thought you were a freshman.
I'm taking that as an insult.
I know that Maddie and Shalonda are both freshmen, but I don't think they've been there for One Love. So Jaden, I think you're our default person here.
Cam, are you is
Oh,
Cam a freshman or a
no,
sophomore?
Cam, I think you're a sophomore, right?
Nah, Cam's a freshman.
Oh, Cam's
I'm
a
a sophomore.
freshman.
Nope.
Jaden's
Okay,
throwing you
Cam,
under the bus there, dog.
Cam, do you think you were mature enough last year, your grade, to have heard like the behind the post video?
Like fresh.
No, like just do you think like as a freshman or as an eighth grader, I know you're not a freshman, but like do you think that
Yeah.
people of that age level have the maturity to handle the content?
Probably like 10%, 15%.
10, 15%?
Not many. Yeah.
You think they don't have the ability?
Well, they do. They just don't want to.
This
Do
is
you
what I
think that-
think. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead,
Yeah,
Alex.
feel free. That's what this is for.
I just think that even if some people have experienced, I think junior and seniors are like the perfect age, because you wouldn't think that not every junior and senior has been in like a relationship of some sort. And I think those people are more like mature enough to watch and process the video and really kind of understand the message of what we're trying to convey. Like those eighth graders and ninth graders, and looking back from like 11th and 12th grade with mature like minds that 11th and 12th graders generally do have, like you can come to that reflection. But if you were in their shoes at 8th and ninth grade, I don't think you would be watching that video with like 100% of your focus.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Okay, Flynn has her hand up as well.
I agree with Alex. I think like a lot of people would definitely be like mature enough to watch it, but it's all about kind of like them actually retaining the information, because you can sit everybody down and make them watch a video, but the likelihood of them like actually kind of like processing the message of it and then answering questions about it and retaining it is like slim. But I wouldn't do it for the seniors again this year. I
So
would
I have a question. What about just doing sophomores? Like, why don't we just do sophomores then? Because that's like, for me personally, that's when I first learned about One Love. And that was like a great
Mhm.
time because I feel like you're just starting to like,
yeah.
I mean, you're
un-
not freshman year. You're not like, just being introduced to the real high school world and you're kind of like in the middle of it. Like, what do you guys think about that?
I have a comment. I think that that's not a bad idea. I think in terms of like probably meeting the two different like opposite ends of like the opinion spectrum right here, that'd probably be the best idea. But what if we were to do like what if we were to just like test it? I mean, we have two dates that are valid that we can put sophomores through and we can put juniors through, but why don't we do like maybe this would be an opportunity for us to like do some research. Like I know that sounds funny, but like what if we did like either sophomores or juniors and then did an event for the eighth graders and then like maybe had a survey or something where we like ask people questions about what they thought about the material. Like I know that One Love has like the post survey, but what if we
Or
just made our own?
why don't we just do it on like one tester like class of a health class of eighth graders and just see how they react?
Yeah.
I
Maybe.
And then
What do you
go
think,
ahead,
Flynn?
Flynn.
I like that idea. I was just thinking about like I've been in a lot of the like recent One Love like meetings and stuff, and it's all like college kids. And so we're putting like it's really good that we're putting this information into the minds of younger people, but it's also like still really valuable to put it in their minds, like even if they've like said they've like already gone through it, they're gonna go through it more times in college, and being able to like remember and kind of have all this information fresh in their minds for going off into college and into the real world is also really important.
Yeah.
So going young,
Um,
we would have to like do it again so they actually remember it, which is kind of
this
iffy.
actually leads me to something else that I talked about with Pam Regan today, who's again the person who I was talking to this about. She was saying that originally she was like didn't really know, like she obviously hasn't seen the videos yet, which I told her I would bring her like the link and the password and we would watch it together and we would just discuss what we thought about it. She's still all open for it, but she mentioned that there were specific concepts that she thought that might be in One Love that weren't like that weren't for kids of like high school level. Like she was talking about things like date rape and like drugs and stuff and like how that can like influence people and like certain
Yeah.
concepts that I think are definitely way more on the like the maturity level.
But they're also not in the video that we teach.
That's true, but what if we eventually at some point we do One Love for two different age levels? Like it's
Well,
possible
okay,
that
so
like
that brings
this
me
is
to
just this is like a big brain moment right here, but
right.
this is like a lot.
Well,
This is like long term.
this brings me to something else because Delaney, who some of you don't know, but she goes to St. John Paul and she's like doing One Love stuff, and She is getting schools interested in doing friendlets for 8th graders, which is like another One Love video that we could get trained in. And that is like, it's more about friendships. So like theoretically, like we could do that with the 8th graders about just friendships, and then do like sophomores every year with Behind the Post.
I
then
did I did the friendlets training one, like the one about friendship, and it just I feel like that one's too young for 8th graders.
Yeah.
Like it's
I
very
yeah, you
kind
go.
of-
I didn't get the training, so you go.
it's like I think it's really valuable to know like in 6th grade. It's very
Okay.
like it's meant for younger kids and like to understand friendships and like those kind of like platonic relationships that you have with people, and I feel like it's not as valuable to 8th graders as it would be for like a younger grade.
Okay. Well, regardless, she's pitching it for 8th grade at Falmouth Academy, and they want to do it. So we're like, there's going to be one grade at least that does it. And again, like that really doesn't fall under the jurisdiction of the youth commission. But like, if there's anyone here that is trained in One Love and wants to do that and wants to get trained in friendlets, I'm definitely going to be setting up a training for that. Because I haven't been trained in it either, so I need to set that up. But if anyone's, well, you raise your hand if you're interested in being trained for that, because I can pull up the date. I can send everyone the date for it. I'm not exactly sure, but you'd like miss a morning of school to go teach kids about friendship. So if anyone's
Speaking of
interested in being-
training, George mentioned something about getting people trained again because there were more people who needed to be trained, and
Yeah,
also we have
yeah,
new youth
I'm
commission
also
members.
Yeah, I'm gonna be setting that up as well. I just need to talk to Leela about it because I emailed her at the end of December and she was like, well, why don't we just set it up in the new year? And I was like, okay.
So I
I
think that
still
like,
have a list.
wait, what's up?
I still have the list of people who need to get trained, so that's fine. But can you raise your hand if you're interested in getting trained in friendlets, not Behind the Post, the younger kids one?
I'll do either the training again or help you because I did the training a couple months ago.
Okay.
Is anybody else interested? Just right off the bat.
I know I just joined, so I would be interested in getting trained for that one and the One Love one again, obviously.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep. Sounds good.
Cool. So I think that we kind of like brought up a lot of ideas for One Love and like the future. Like now
Yeah.
that I'm thinking about it, like there's actually a lot of potential to like expand it, like
Yeah.
to have different programs for like
Well,
different.
okay,
age
but can we
levels.
talk about like what we want to do this year? Like what like
So
can we make a decision on what we're gonna be?
should we take a
doing?
vote on it like after a little bit more discussion? Is that George? Is that what we should do, or is that like I don't know how that works?
Yeah, I think you guys have to make up your mind what you want to do for grades, and then, we have a date, so we gotta it's January, what's today, January
It's January 17th.
17th, so we're talking 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Until March 1st.
Yeah, and that's also not confirmed yet. We need to wait until that's confirmed for 8th graders as well. So like depending on what we decide.
Right. So we should
Yeah.
decide on a grade and then they can tell us if it works for them. So I think
First, I think we should maybe decide on if we want to do 1 or 2 this year. Because if we want to do 1, like then we kind of have to pick the grade. But if we want to do 2, like we could pick which grades we want to do. Like, do you know what I mean? Because we have 2 dates right now. So I mean, maybe this could be an opportunity to like get some valuable information.
if you guys think it's important to like hit every grade and like to not skip a grade, then I think we have to do then we definitely have to do juniors, right? Because we haven't done juniors at Barnstable. So we would have to do juniors if you don't want to skip a grade. Other than that, we would be adding either sophomores or 8th graders because we're not doing freshmen.
Yeah. There's just a couple things more that I want to say about that. Planning One Love is not easy. Like I know that Izzy knows a lot about it, and I know that you guys have all been there. You guys have all gone through the training, but planning it takes a lot more work than you guys might think. And I only really helped like run One Love at BHS last year because Lucas wasn't here. but like the amount of organization that he had was like very impressive and also kind of daunting. So
Yeah.
just going to say that, like, if we're gonna choose to do 2 grade levels,
It's a
um,
lot.
it's a
It's also
lot.
that's also 2 full days off of school. Like, not to put out that out there, like I know that's probably nice for some people to miss school, but that's like also during like exam season and stuff. Like it's not
Yeah.
great to so I'm just not to sound lazy, but like Luke said, it's a ton of work and on the day it's very stressful organizing like 400 kids into groups and stuff. So I am personally being someone that wasn't like helping with the planning last year. I'm in favor of just doing one and I'll be transparent about that because I think it's a ton of work and we
Yeah.
already have a lot on our plate, especially if we're going to be doing One Loves at Sturgis, potentially St. John Paul and all these other schools that Delaney is interested in doing. So I would be in favor of one, but that's my opinion.
And also not only that, but if we're doing all this organization for 2 grades, like, again, I'm gonna reiterate it, like, why are we gonna do it for grade levels that have already experienced the problems and are already voicing that it's not worth it to do it at that age level? I think that if we're gonna target juniors at some point, there's the education should be, and I hate to say this again, but I just think that the behind the post video really isn't for that age group. Like, I think that if we're gonna target juniors and seniors at any point in time, the material needs to be like more, I think personally, like pre-college dating and like learning how to like prepare for that life. Because I feel like, again, like people have been saying, like, I've already experienced this. Like, why don't we just go to the age level where they really are just starting to experience it so they can understand how it might work?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the final thing I'm gonna say. Again, I don't know if anyone has anything else to add, but that's really strongly what I believe. And yeah,
So I think the first thing you guys gotta decide if you wanna do one or two. And then after you decide that, you gotta decide what grade you wanna do. So.
I would say that if you guys want to do two, since me and Luke both want to do one, if you guys strongly believe you want to do two, you're going to be in charge of planning the second one. That's my opinion on that because
yeah.
it's a lot of work.
Or somebody will have to be like, somebody will have to train somebody. Well, this will have to happen. Like, somebody, like, there will be people who, like, especially people who might be considering running for chairman or vice chairman next year. Like, there are going to be certain people who are going to have to like kind of like understand like the scheduling in terms of that and like getting the list of people and blah blah blah. So Flynn has her hand up.
If I'm like, I don't mind whether we do one or two, but for the second one, if it happens, I can help kind of plan through.
Cool.
That's that's very helpful. Okay. So do we want to do one or two? Is anyone strongly in favor of doing two?
Yeah, please make your opinion known so we can. Okay, a lot of shaking
So I
heads.
think we're at one.
Okay. Do
think
we
we're
need to
at one.
vote on that, or do we just?
No,
do we just go
that's
with one?
not really a voting thing. There's no like.
Yeah,
Okay.
just okay. So one, and then we need to see what grade.
Okay, so now I think we need to have a little bit more discussion here. I said 8th graders. I know there's a little bit of disagreement.
I personally think sophomores, but that's
Okay.
I
Does
think
it
the sophomores is good.
sophomores?
Also with sophomores.
Who was
Okay.
that?
Okay, that was Jaden.
I agree with sophomores too, and only because I think 8th grade might be a little bit too young to.
Yeah.
8th graders nowadays are definitely in relationships, but I think they're not as serious as the ones that sophomores might be in. And also 8th graders, as long as they stay in like Barnstable High School, they'll eventually get it. 2 years. If we stick with the sophomores, they'll get it in
Yeah.
2 years. So it's not like they're missing out completely. The sophomores, if we don't do, they will miss out completely.
And then the only grade we wouldn't have done are the juniors. And I just feel like that, like Luke said, they've been through it. And I know we've had that discussion, but I just think sophomores are the best grade to target. So that would be my vote. We can, I mean, does anyone else have a different
I mean,
opinion
if I'm outvoted like by this many, I think I'm cool compromising and saying sophomores as well. I just thought 8th graders would be good because it's the earliest you can target at Barnstable High School. But I mean, if you guys think that sophomore is the right age, then that's clearly the right age.
All right, so we're looking at sophomore class. We're waiting for Luke to confirm the dates,
Mhm.
and confirm the date for the program. And then Izzy's gonna schedule a training for facilitators.
Mhm.
Has someone in the department who's getting trained as a facilitator.
Okay.
Looking on the screen, Eric needs it, Shalana needs it, Maddie
Yeah.
needs it.
Yep. I have a list.
Megan needs it, who's not here tonight. Right, it's Megan, right?
Yeah, and there were
Yeah.
some people at the last meeting that said they wanted a refresher, so I'll email those people as well.
Yeah,
So that's good, and I'll get those dates for you once I get them from Leela of when she can do. And okay, so
and then we
that's
gotta
great. And then
once that date's confirmed, we gotta start reaching out to people to help us facilitate too.
yeah. Mhm.
Other adults, we do
Yep.
have, I'm sure I have the list somewhere, in folders and stuff like that. So, we're looking for people from BPD, we'll be looking for people in DA's office,
Mhm.
things like that. So, we'll have to work on that too. So,
Yeah.
is there a subcommittee there is a subcommittee for One Love, right?
Yeah.
We
Mm.
want to try to meet next week, hopefully having this meeting or this One Love booked for next week
Sure.
and try
Yeah.
to have a meeting next week.
Yeah. Well, why don't I send a group text out and we can figure it out.
All right.
And then also if we're doing sophomores, I'll see if I can get March 1st, but chances are we might just stick with April 5th, which was the second date. And that was the one for sophomores that we were gonna do. That was just the one we were gonna choose for sophomores, and that's the one that is already cleared for sophomores. So I'll probably just have to have another meeting with the lady Pam, and I'll just tell her that. So
Okay. Just keep us posted. Like you said, we'll try to meet next week and try to figure out something for that. All right.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I'm still trying to set the dates for Sturgis. They're not being like great at getting back to me about anything, but I'm trying, and we would be doing sophomores there as well, which I think is really good. And so we'll just
do we want to have
Yeah.
the discussion about whether or not we want to continue it at SJP, or like is that for another day?
I think that's for another day.
Okay.
We'll move on from One Love for now because I feel like that was a lot. So, Youth Summit is the next thing. We need to pick a date tonight. So, George, what's going on with that?
All right. So I finally got the MCAS dates. All right, for 7th graders. So the only MCAS we were worried about, we were talking about doing this in May anyway. So the only dates we have to worry about is the 16th and 17th of May, which is a Tuesday and Wednesday. The only, like we normally do this on a Friday. So the only Friday that's not available in May would be the 26th, because that's Memorial Day weekend. So the 3 Fridays we're looking at are the 5th, the 12th, and the 19th. So what are you guys' thoughts?
So either the 5th, the 12th, or the 19th?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just checking to see when I have exams. So
Yeah, I was gonna say personally, AP exams are around like the 5th to the 12th, so probably the 19th would be better.
I was thinking it would be better anyway.
Sure.
That's where I was kind of leaning.
The other thing is just where are we gonna end up doing it this year? Like, do we have that figured out yet or no?
Well, we have to give them a couple dates, to figure that out.
Is this for BHS or for
BIS and BACC?
Okay, so we've scratched the idea of community college.
We can't, because if you go back to community college, anytime you're in a room more than 40 people, everyone's got to wear a mask.
Okay.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, that sucks. So looks like that will be maybe another challenge for next year.
Hopefully, it won't be a challenge for next year. I mean, it's still very unique to me that's going on there. If you go to.
Yeah, I know. Considering that the whole, like, pretty much we go to school with no masks on, like that's kind of weird.
Whatever. Don't want to get in that conversation.
Yeah. True.
So, okay. So we do need to start. Who's the head of that subcommittee? Connor, technically. Yeah. So I think we should definitely meet about that next week, because I think we need to start talking about booking speakers soon for that.
Okay.
Very soon.
I'll
I
make
think
a group chat for that.
okay, sounds
Alright.
good. Thanks, Connor.
Yeah.
Because I think when Luke, George, and I met with the superintendent and the 7th grade vice, or like the BIS vice principal, principal, they were saying that the speakers that we had sounded good. I think because they like the idea of, making good choices. They think that's like a good message, and then we just need to start so we can keep those the same if we want them the same. And then also just talking about like how we're reaching out to the clubs at Barnstable, how we're getting those kids over if we're doing it at, because I think we'll probably end it at like booking a date for the BAC, right? So we need to just start talking about all those things.
So I'm gonna go to BACC tomorrow and see if it's available. On the 19th is our first choice, and the 12th is our second choice.
And that's May.
May, yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. I just need to check because I think I have an AP exam on the 12th. So like I don't know which exam it is, but if it's calc, then me and Alex won't be able to go.
Okay.
Never mind. It's not on the 12th. It is the day before that.
All right.
I know
So,
that my
Yeah, I was gonna
exams
say,
are.
a lot of
Go ahead. Sorry.
no, you did. Yeah. A lot of the sophomores, me, Mary, Cam, probably some others, I imagine take AP World, which is the 11th, which is the day before the 12th, obviously. So I think we'd obviously be run out from that as well, which could be.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that didn't come through on my end. I have no idea what. It's your internet. I agree here, James.
So are all AP exams over by the 19th?
I don't know, but I know that all of mine are. So I don't know if
Is
if
it over the
Alex has
span of
any.
2 weeks? Like, is it over the span of 2 weeks? Like, there's no way, like, or is it 1 week?
I think it's 2 weeks, but
Hold on, I can look it up.
I know like Jaden said that they might be kind of tired after their exam or like run out or whatnot. But
if it's the 19th and they end on like the 12th or whatever, then I think is a week enough time.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't
think
take,
I think if it's the 19th, we're golden, but I think any of the other days it might be a little bit more stressful.
I know I'm done with my exams by then, so I'm fine. But I
Yeah.
also take AP exams, so I don't know.
So the last AP exam is the 12th. So, and I don't know if anyone here is taking German, Latin, Physics 2, algebra based, or music theory, but I don't think there's anyone in those classes. So
again, I'll try for the 19th first, but I need to have a backup date. So the 12th would have to be the backup date from this point.
sure, that's fine.
Yeah,
I think that's the best backup date. So
Is there no other option for any other backup? Because it has to be a Friday, right?
yeah, it'd be a Friday.
Right. Okay.
And then, I just remember the 5th is brown bag at BACC, so we won't be able to use BACC then. And then the 26th is the Friday of Memorial Day weekend, and there's no school.
Okay, so we'll just aim for the 19th, and if not, then if you guys are really burnt out, we understand, and those people can't come, so that's fine. I mean, we need all the help we can get, but it's just the way that it works out.
A little encouragement for those who are taking your first AP exam. It's not as bad as it seems. It's really just like the time period seems long and you take it and it's done and that's kind of it.
Yeah.
that's true.
Fine.
There you go. Listen to Flynn.
Love that. So we can't really vote on. Can we vote on that, George, or no?
No. Let me see if I gotta confirm it first and see if it's available.
Okay.
Yeah. So we don't have to vote on that.
All right. So we're good on that. New business. Does anyone still need any kind of clothing? I think so. I think there's still some people who do, probably.
Eric, I think you needed a shirt, right? It was a large shirt. Shalana needs gear.
I was just about to ask, Shalonda, I know that you talked to me about your meeting with the town council, like they haven't gotten back to you. George, is that what's What should she do? Because like I don't know how long like that takes, but I know Megan got an interview.
All right,
date.
I'll check into it tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'll check in first thing tomorrow morning. So Sean will be all set there.
All right. So that answers that question, Shalanda.
Other than that, anything new that's come up? I will put this out there. Next week I'm going on a town, I don't remember what it's called, but it's a town podcast about the youth commission.
Wait,
So
what?
yeah, this town podcast reached out to me. I forget what it's called. If you guys know what it's called,
With
chime
Discovering
in.
Barnstable.
Yeah, and they were like, "Do you want to come on the podcast?" I was like, "Sure."
Wait, who runs that?
Paula Hersey.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so cool, dude. That's wild.
Yeah, so I'll be doing that. So definitely go listen to that. I'm sure it'll be great.
Dude, I might
I'm
have to
actually
listen
very
to that.
excited. Yeah. Well, Luke, maybe you can come.
Might not be a bad idea, Luke.
Whatever you
Yeah.
get, whatever you want. I mean, like I personally, I think I'm gonna have to subscribe, dude. But
Yeah, okay, so it's called Discover
I think
Barnstable.
it's Discover Barnstable, yeah.
Yep.
oh, I don't have Apple Podcasts installed, so I'm gonna do that. Discover Barnstable. Wait, hold on. When did she invite you? That's so cool. Like I didn't even know they had that.
A few weeks ago. Oh, December 19th. So I
Oh, that's
guess
actually really
longer
cool.
than a few weeks ago. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that's happening next week. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else to say. I don't know if anyone else does.
Wow, it is. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have anything to add.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, you guys we can make a motion to adjourn then.
Yep. Anyone want to make a motion?
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second.
Okay, let's go down the list. Alex Arbagiev,
Yes.
Eric Arbagiev,
Yes.
Cam Levesque,
Yes.
Connor O'Reilly,
Yes.
Lake O'Reilly's not here, Flynn Cajun,
Yes.
Izzy Rudy, yes, Jaden Jeffries,
Yes, but one of these is going to say no.
okay,
Oh
noted.
my gosh, bro.
Luke Andre Sater,
Yes.
Maddie Boyle,
Yes.
Mary Steinhelber's not here, Michaela Stamfel not here, Piper Hunt.
Yes.
Okay, unanimous. The meeting is adjourned.
All right, we'll see you guys on the 31st on Zoom.
Yep, but also keep a lookout for all of the subcommittees next week. If you don't know what subcommittee you're on for some reason, text me and I will tell you. And if
And
not,
then
just
also,
make sure.
if you want to join a subcommittee, like just reach out as well too.
Also
like you're
text
not
us.
limited to that.
Yep. Okay. Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Have a good night,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Guys, later.
Bye.